Yes, yes. If you have bandwidth, Rohit, please switch on your.
Hello everyone, I am Lalita and today my topic is power of commitment. हम लोगों ने बहुत सुना है कमिटमेंट के बारे में बिकॉज कमिटमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू सक्सीड इन आवर लाइफ. विदाउट कमिटमेंट वी कैन नॉट सक्सीड. क्योंकि जब हम कोई डिसीजन लेते हैं, हम कुछ करने का सोचते हैं, तो सबसे पहले डिसाइड करते हैं, हम अपने आप से कमिटमेंट करते हैं कि नहीं, हमको ये चीज अचीव करना है. तो अगर हम उस कमिटमेंट में फेल होते हैं तो हमें बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है. लाइक हम बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेट होते हैं लाइफ में और हमें मतलब डिमोटिवेशन होने लगता है और हमें ऐसा फील होता है कि शायद अब हम कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते हैं. सो कमिटमेंट का मतलब क्या होता है? कमिटमेंट में सी मतलब होता है कोऑपरेटिव, एंड ओ मीन्स ऑब्जर्वेंट, एंड एम मीन्स first M means motivated, second M means magnificent, and third I means intellectual, fourth is T means trustfully, and M means mighty, and E means efficient, N means noteworthy, and T means tremendous. So all these letters is made to commitment. So without commitment we cannot succeed. I am already said that जैसे हमने डिसाइड किया कि हमें वेट लॉस करना है 1 मंथ में, लाइक 7 kg to 8 kg. ओके, सो हमने कमिटमेंट तो कर दिया, हमने 1-2 दिन ट्राई भी किया, बट क्या होता है उसके बाद 10 to 15 डेज के बाद 95% पीपल्स ऐसे होते हैं जो अपने कमिटमेंट को ब्रेक कर देते हैं, और ओनली 5% पीपल्स ही होते हैं जो अपने कमिटमेंट को कंप्लीट कर पाते हैं और अपने टारगेट को अचीव कर पाते हैं. तो जब कमिटमेंट हम बार बार करते हैं और अपने कमिटमेंट में फेल होते जाते हैं, तो होता क्या है, इसका हमारे ब्रेन में बहुत इफेक्ट पड़ता है. हमारे ब्रेन में नेगेटिव मैसेज आता है. कैसे? हमारा जो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड होता है वो इस चीज को एक्सेप्ट कर लेता है कि ठीक है, ये कोई भी वर्क करने का सोचता है, बट ये पैशनेट नहीं है उसको लेकर के, इसलिए ये उस काम को मिड में ही छोड़ देता है. तो अगर कमिटमेंट हमने किया और उसको कंप्लीट नहीं किया, तो हमारा जो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड होता है वो हमको सपोर्ट नहीं करता है, और वो वैसी फीलिंग्स हमारे अंदर जनरेट करता है जिससे हम उस कमिटमेंट को कंप्लीट ना कर पाए. सेकेंड थिंग, अगर हमारा सबकॉन्शियस माइंड इस चीज को समझ गया कि हम अपने टास्क को लेकर के बहुत पैशनेट है और हम किसी भी कीमत में उसे अचीव करके रहेंगे, तो जो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड होता है वो वैसे ही फीलिंग्स आपको डोनेट करेगा, और जो आपका माइंड है वो उसी लेवल का सोचना स्टार्ट कर देगा, वो उसको फुल सपोर्ट करेगा, जिससे आप अपने टारगेट को अचीव करने में सक्सेस हो पाएंगे. तो इस टाइप के थिंग्स अगर आपकी लाइफ में हो रही हैं, तो उसको कैसे हम ओवरकम कर सकते हैं? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि आप अगर कमिटमेंट करते हैं, तो कमिटमेंट आपका ऐसा होना चाहिए जिस कमिटमेंट को आप कंप्लीट कर पाओ. जैसे सपोज दैट आपने सोचा कि नेक्स्ट डे से मैं 4 o'clock उठूंगा, और आप 9 o'clock डेली उठ रहे हैं. तो ऐसा पॉसिबल है क्या आपके लिए कि आप 9 o'clock रेगुलर उठ रहे हैं और आपने कमिटमेंट किया खुद से कि नहीं मेरे को 5 o'clock उठना है? इम्पॉसिबल, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. तो फर्स्ट तो ये है कि आपको ऐसा कमिटमेंट करना है जिस कमिटमेंट को आप कंप्लीट कर पाओ, जिससे आपका मोटिवेशन बढ़ेगा, आपको आपके ऊपर ट्रस्ट आएगा. नेक्स्ट होता है आपका जो कमिटमेंट होना चाहिए वो स्मॉल स्मॉल होना चाहिए. लाइक अगर मैं बात करूं कि आप सोच रहे हैं कि नेक्स्ट डे मुझे 7 o'clock उठना है, ठीक है. अगर आप 7 o'clock का कमिटमेंट कर रहे हैं और 9 o'clock आप रेगुलर उठ रहे हैं, तो 7 o'clock चांसेस आर हाई कि आप नेक्स्ट डे 7 o'clock उठ पाएंगे, या 8 o'clock का आप कर सकते हैं, 8 o'clock भी आप उठ जाएंगे. बट अगर 9 to डायरेक्ट आप सोचेंगे कि 4 o'clock पे उठने का, तो 4 o'clock पे पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. फिर आपका सबकॉन्शियस माइंड आपको उतना रिजल्ट ही नहीं दे पाएगा और आप अपने टारगेट में असफल हो जाओगे. इसकी वजह से आपके अंदर डीमोटिवेशन आने लगेगा. नेक्स्ट, अगर आपने कमिटमेंट किया है तो अपने कमिटमेंट को एनी हाउ कंप्लीट करिए, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. इससे क्या होगा, आपका जो क्या करना चाहिए, मोटिवेशन वो स्ट्रांग होगा, आपको अपने ऊपर ट्रस्ट होगा, और आपका जो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड है वो इस चीज को समझ जाएगा कि आप कुछ भी करने के लिए प्रिपेयर है. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम अगर आप कमिटमेंट करते हैं, तो आपका जो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड है वो आपको बोलेगा कि यू कैन डू इट. और आपके अंदर वो एनर्जी आएगी और जिससे कि आप अपने कमिटमेंट को कंप्लीट कर पाओगे. सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. कमिटमेंट का जो साइज है वो छोटा हो सकता है, बट उसे कंप्लीट करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हम सबकी है. थैंक यू.
Amazing talk, Lalita ji. Very nice talk. In fact,
wonderful good evening to everyone. And first I want to share thanks to Kiran and team for creating a wonderful platform for everyone. Yeah. So my today topic is a mentorship. Basically, is what content I covered here basically is not from the any book. Basically, is a practical approach, because all of us we do in the corporate. Once you do starting the work in the corporate, the mentorship is very much required, because if you want the personal growth, or if you want to take the career growth, is very much required. So basically the today's I just covered in the mentorship. The basically what is the mentorship and how it's helping your personal growth and career in the career. And the third point is the way of the mentorship. Basically these are the three contents. So moving to the next slide. So as I said in the beginning, I did not cover the theoretical approach. Basically I covered the practical approach, how we do in the corporate basically. So basically what is the basically the mentorship. Mentorship basically is a tool. Means tool is a which help you turning the one vision into the reality. Basically, for example, you are right now you are working the one corporate, and for example, if you want to after 2 years where you want to you need the promotion, because in the most of the in MNC no one will give you the automatic promotion to you. You have to grab it. How you grab it basically is a mentorship is a very tool, because once you do studying the mentorship, it will create the networking. So that's why I mentioned mentorship basically a tool. With the help of this mentorship, you can vision what vision you have in your mind, you can convert into the reality basically. So in the mentorship, once you realize in the mentorship, you basically the mentorship basically what is basically guidance. Somebody will guide you, and by the generally it's done by the experienced person only. And what the experienced person do, he just share the knowledge and he just share the own expertise. And once he is starting all these things, you come into the circle of the networking. So basically these are the 3 or 4 characteristics you will find out in the networking. Moving to the next slide. So once you're starting your mentorship with someone in the big corporate, and you will get the what's the benefit you will get from the mentorship. Basically you on the same moment you will get the expert advice. And the second point is very important, smarter learning curve. Smarter and the best learning, because once you starting the networking, what you learn in the same moment. For example, you set up with the one-on-one with someone the mentorship, and you had discussed the half an hour. What you learn in the half an hour is a smarter learning curve. You can't learn from anything from the books and the theories. And the third is a greater engagement. Once you start with the once you come into the circle of the mentorship, is a great engagement and the satisfaction, because you get the quickly response on the same moment. And the fourth point is a career path. Basically once you start in the mentorship, it's one level up your career basically. And once you start the mentorship, you will see the impact on your career growth. And the last point, the networking. Mentorship will increase your networking. It will increase your visibility, or it will create a platform for in each and every step. Basically if you want to survive in the big corporate, so this mentorship is very much required. Or we as a we employee, what where we are working, we need to think upon how can we do the mentorship, how can we implement in our as a personal growth. So this is a small uh, sharing from my side. Yeah, over to Kiran. You.
amazing, Yogesh. Amazing. Really wonderfully shared. I love the way you shared. In fact, whenever I see presentation, I remember always Karthik. He has created a legacy of people to share things in presentation mode. And you beautifully shared the content of mentorship, because that is very essential when it comes to mentorship in whatever area you are. And if you're in job, you need to find a good mentor to grow. If you're in your business, you need to find a good business owner or business mentor who can guide you. Or whichever area. If you're into health, if you want to improve your health, you also need to find a mentor there. So it is very essential to find right mentor in a right area of interest, and then take his help, and you will save lot of time actually, to be honest, and if you really implement what he says. Very, very nicely shared, Yogesh. Thank you
Yes,
so much
thank
for
you.
sharing.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So we'll move next. Rohit, you'll go next.
Yeah, Kiran, I'll go next. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Hi everyone. Myself Rohit, and I'm NIT Bhopal alumni, and I'm working for Ericsson India in Bangalore. And I've been part of this group for a very, very long time. I don't think it's very long, but I think it's 3-4 months now. So I've learned lots of things from here, and I'm very grateful to be here. So my topic for today is from the book The Magic of Thinking Big, and this is chapter 2, and there are 4 points. So I have already covered 3 points. So now the fourth point is the luck excusitis. Basically, the excuse that we make about luck. Okay, so the luck excusitis is something that we always say to people that why we can't achieve something because my luck was bad. मेरा तो luck ही खराब है, मेरी तो किस्मत ही खराब है, something like that. Okay, so there is wonderful talk about the road accident. There was one engineer who was talking about road accidents, and he said that around 40,000 people died every year because of the road accident. So at the end he said that this is not about luck or something like that. This is pure human or mechanical failure. This is the result of human or mechanical failure. This is not about luck. So this same applies to our life. Like we say today the weather is bad. My I did not won the lottery, and he won the lottery because his luck is good. He got the promotion because he has the better luck, something like that. So consider a situation where there is a company. Let's say there is a company called XYZ, and they have to decide who will be the chairman of the company, who will be the CEO of the company, who will be the CEO of a company. So if people really believe this is all about luck, so what they will do, they will pick out the chits from a hat, and they got the one chit and say, okay, now the first person will be the CEO, second person will be the CFO, third person will be the GM, something like that. So if people really believe luck, how this luck work, then this will be the case. But this is not about the case. This is not the case. The promotion, the things you will get in your life are the result of hard work, motivation, commitment. There are lots of fancy word we can say about these things. So this is the combination or resultant of all those things. This is not about the luck. Okay, so there is good saying that if you call uh, carefully planned work and carefully executed plan a luck, then it's a luck basically, right? So if you plan something and if you execute it well, then it's a luck. But if you don't do anything and if you blame everyone or if you blame your situation, then it's not the luck. So there are few ways in which you can cure yourself from this luck excusitis. First, you need to believe that there is a effect called cause and effect. Okay, there is a phenomena called cause and effect. So there is a cause for everything. There is a cause for your hard work. Like if you do hard work, if you believe in yourself, if you do committed work, then you will get something. So this is the result. The cause is basically whatever you have done. So you need to believe in that. And you should you should stop being a wishful thinker. You should believe in your hard work. You should not believe in the luck, because luck is a wishful thinking, right? If you want to achieve something, you need to work on it, you need to plan on it, and you need to execute those plan in a sequential manner. And you also need to show lots of commitment, right? So this is how it will work. And there are two kind of people: one who are very successful or who are successful, and there are other type of people who are not successful. Basically they are uh, Mr. uh, mediocre, right? So if you see in successful people mind, you will see lots of hard work, you will see lots of planning, preparation, and there are lots of result oriented thinking. But if you see inside the head of Mr. Mediocre, you will see lots of excuses, lots of uh, those of negative thinking that why he can't do something, right? So you need to do this kind of thing so that you can go ahead with whatever you want to achieve in your life. There is one smart there is one quote from Albert Einstein. He said uh, you know uh, stupidity is something that people do same thing again and again, and they expect a different result every time. So if you really believe in something that you should, I mean, if you're not able to do it, then you should change your method. You should not, believe in luck or something like that. You should change your method. You should change your plan. Just upgrade your, skills. All those kind of things. Basically, you should work hard. You should not, believe in luck. Basically, you should not be a stupid person, right? That's it from my side. Thank you, Kiran.
Amazing, Rohit. You shared very important topic because ये तो यार luck excusitis इतना popular है market में कि
इसमें
इतना कुछ अगर हो तो मेरा luck खराब है, मेरा ये खराब है, मेरी किस्मत
ये
ही खराब है, क्या कर
मैं
सकते हैं?
मैं अगर पर्सनली बोलूं तो मैं लक में कभी बिलीव नहीं करता हूँ सीरियसली, बिकॉज लक इज नॉट समथिंग दैट एग्जिस्ट. इट इज बेसिकली द रिजल्टेंट ऑफ लॉट्स ऑफ हार्ड वर्क बेसिकली, राइट?
Correct,
हो
correct.
सकता है इसमें 1-2% रैंडमनेस हो, बट इट्स 95 to 96% इज हार्ड वर्क एंड ऑल दोस काइंड ऑफ फैंसी थिंग दैट वी कैन से, राइट? दैट्स इट.
लोग तो बोलते हैं कि मेरा बेड लक खराब है उनके.
हाँ, ये भी बोलते हैं, राइट? ये भी मैंने सुना है. बेड लक खराब है तो मतलब गुड लक अच्छा है. Okay, thank you, Karan.
Thank you so much, Rohit, for sharing this topic. We'll go next. I think before I go next, there are a couple of new people around here. We'll just have quick introduction of new folks. So guys, people who are new have joined for the first time. You can unmute yourself. Please introduce yourself to the team. Really great validation for all of us to know you. I see, I think Manali is new, Prabuddha, and few more people. I think Sanjeev, have you introduced yourself to the team before?
Imagine you have taken a good Alfonso mango seed and putting that seed into your backyard, but the seed is not growing fast as you expected. You wanted to eat the mangoes out of the seed, but the seed is not growing. It is a good Alfonso mango seed that you tested. So there are many factors to the growth in the of a tree, like the soil, the water, and the environment, the air, everything, right? So that we call it the environment. Same applies to you and me, everybody. As a human, we need the right environment to thrive, a conducive environment for our growth. But how to know whether you are in the right environment or not? If in the current environment, if you feel stagnant and you feel not motivated waking up every morning, then for sure the current environment is negative. And how to move, how the positive environment looks like. It is the environment where others are ahead of you, and you feel challenged every day, and you feel motivated to wake up and go to your office or whichever environment you are working on. So that's how it looks like. Now the question is, if you are in a negative and if you are in a positive environment, then be grateful. But how to move from a negative environment to a positive environment? So there are simple A B C D E F approach that I'll share with you. Let me share my screen. So these I have taken from the book, The 15 Laws of Growth. So A is the steps. I'll start with the step A. A is, first of all, assess your current environment. If it is positive and you feel growing and energized every day, then you need to change. Congratulations, you are at the right place. If you are in the negative environment, then we need to change. First is the identification of the environment. Then, if you are in the negative, then follow the next steps. B, be the change. So, when it comes to change, you cannot change only yourself or only the environment. You need to change both. Then only the growth will be faster. Now, coming to C, you should, once you change the environment, so what environment means? Environment means mainly, if you see, you will be the same person between now and 5 years ahead, except only two things: the people whom you spend time with and the books you read. But how do you identify the good people, right? And why do you need to spend time with good people? The reason being, you will be the average of the five people you spend the most time with. You will you will be eating like what they eat. You will be watching or whatever they are watching. You will be reading whatever they are reading. You will be talking like they talk, right? So it is important to surround yourself with people who are growing and who are already ahead of you, so that they can mentor you or catch you up when you fall down. The next is D. Once you have changed the environment and surrounded yourself with the right people, the next thing is you need to do something yourself, right? You need to pick up new challenges every week, or at least learn every week from the meetings, or at least from the mentorship talks. Whatever opportunity you get, you should capture that and learn out of it. E is eliminate criticism. So whatever positive steps you take, there will be someone who will criticize you, but you have to take a step on that and trust yourself. You can take the criticism as a feedback, but you have to take your own judgment and not the criticism to take the criticism too harshly on yourself. F is focus on the moment. There will be things in the past that you cannot change, but you want to change, but it is not possible. There will be things in the future that will worry you. So just focus on the present because that will define the future for you. So these are the things A, B, C, D, E, F approach that you need to follow to change your environment from a negative to positive one, which I have taken from the book on the 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. Thank you.
Amazing, Jiju. I really loved the acronym which you said, A, B, C, D, E, F. I have also noted down. And I think that today's best part, I'm really enjoying the book club because everyone is putting the right content in perfect amount of time. Nobody's exciting, nobody's listening. People are really following the time. I'm so excited for that. I think many people will get chances to speak today. Great. So we'll move to the next speaker. Arun, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, Kiran. Hi. Thanks.
Yeah. Arun, yeah.
Hi all. Good evening. My name is Arun and I'm from Bangalore. So today, I'm glad that all my, the pre-speakers who spoke just before me, my fellow speakers. So we are all in the flow. I mean, my topic is also something similar to this. And I'm just going to give a brief summary of what I covered in the previous recap of my previous thing. So the previous session spoke about overcoming obstacles. So what the successful people do to overcome obstacles are they overcome fear, cynicism, laziness, bad habits, and arrogance. So these are the 5 things which most of the people who are successful who do to overcome the obstacles. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is decision from Think and Grow Rich. Like as I mentioned, my fellow speakers who spoke about the commitment, mentorship, luck, and law of environment. I think with all these, there is an interdependence on decision. So decision is the primary thing, which has to be which has to be very important to be taken a timely decision. There was an analysis which was conducted by an expert. So over 25,000 men and women, and who had experienced failure, and they disclosed the fact that due to lack of decision, they faced failure. We make hundreds of big and small decisions every day, and many of these decisions are opportunities which can change our life. The procrastination, decision mastery of procrastination. Most of the times, we keep giving excuse to ourselves, saying that not today, maybe we'll do tomorrow, not this month, maybe next month I will definitely start because next month is much better. Maybe the corona will reduce. We will bring the vaccination. So, a lot of excuse comes in. But the procrastination is the opposite of decision, which is the common enemy, which everyone must conquer. Unless and until we don't conquer the enemy, we will not be able to move forward and achieve the success. So majority of people who fail are generally, they get influenced by the opinion of others. We always look for, I'm trying to do this, I go and ask my friend. I want to do this, or maybe it could be anything. Let me take an example of the book club. Every week I'm attending a book club, and he might have a different opinion. So he might say that why do you want to kind of attend there, or what is the value add for you? But it is my decision that I know consciously that this is helping me to grow. And opinions are the cheapest commodity on earth, which is just free advice where we get from people. If we permit newspapers and the neighbors gossip to do the thinking, then I think, as I mentioned, opinions are the cheapest commodity on earth. If you are influenced by opinions of others, you will have no desire of our own. So if we don't have our own desire, and if we don't follow to it, we will keep getting influenced by others' opinions, and forever we will just follow their opinions, and we will live their life, not our life. And when you arrive at your decision, take no one into your confidence except members of your mastermind group. And mastermind group is very important, and we need to be sure as to whom do we select to be part of the mastermind alliance. These people who are part of your mastermind alliance, it is very simple, but not so difficult to understand. You will find them to have a complete understanding, who will know what is your desire, where is that, they will have the sympathy for your desire and harmony with your vision. So when you have this is called a mastermind group. And successful people are not willing to let others take control, but people often give up control to to things like fate and luck. We most of the time we keep blaming on the luck and the fate, saying that this is not written in my fate, so therefore I will give this up. Life doesn't happen to us. We are an active participant. We get out of life what we choose. Own your life, courtesy Kiran. So now he keeps promoting own your life. He keeps telling me that Arun, you need to own your life. So I would like to end this with one quote which Stephen Covey has mentioned. I'm not a product of my circumstances, but I'm a product of my decision. So decision making is the key. Looking forward to share more the next week. Thanks for the opportunity.
Amazing, Arun. Really, really nice. The best sentence I loved. Opinions are the cheapest commodity on the earth. So true. If you go with anyone's opinion, you will be really, really wasting a lot of time. And to really listen to a mastermind alliance is actually the key. Thank you so much. And guys, if you've not read Think and Grow Rich, trust me, this book is a game changer, because I have personally never read any book in my life until Vijay recommended Think and Grow Rich and Rich Dad Poor Dad. And Think and Grow Rich is a book kind of Bible for success, I believe. And if you can really read it, understand it, and then the next level comes to apply it, then the satisfaction and the results which you see is tremendous. So anyway, I'll promote Think and Grow Rich later, but then we'll go to the next speaker. If anyone is new, we can call. I hope we didn't miss out anyone. Okay. Great. So Prakash, you can go next.
Yeah, Kiran.
Yeah, Prakash.
Yeah, let me switch on my video. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the topic from how to win friends and influence people. So today I'm going to talk about how to make people like you instantly. Okay, so let me share one of my personal experience. Okay, so every day when I travel to my office, so it is quite far. So what I do generally is that I keep my bike park at some bus stop is there, some bus terminal is there. I go there around 6 kilometers. So I park my bike there. So there is a small house where is an old person and his wife. Actually, they are sitting there and they are just providing that parking service in their open space. Okay, so I don't know, somehow I am pretty talkative to the people whenever I meet old people generally. Okay, so generally whenever I go every morning there to park my bike, so I just ask them how are you and how are you doing, something like that. Okay, So, but one day, this couple, old person and his wife, they came up with some notice which was written in the English language, because I think they were not aware of English, so they just asked me for help. So it was notice from the income tax department actually. So that is the time where that node bandi and all the tax related things were going on and like this. So he had done some transactions of his property, okay, but somehow he has not furnished those transaction details to the government, and he had not paid tax on that particular cash transaction, something like that. So he was very scared about that. I got this income tax notice now, and these guys are now going to take everything whatever we have in our bank accounts or something like that. So I thought I'll be explaining what things income tax department is going to do with them actually. So what I explained them that they clearly mention here that you did some transaction in so and so year, and you have not furnished those transaction details to the income tax department, and there is some tax that you need to pay. That's it, nothing more than that. But these guys were very scared, but I stayed there for 10-15 minutes. I explained everything, how things are going on, and how you need to approach by hiring some good kind of CA, so that he will help you to to do your IT returns and all those things. And these guys are really did well. They paid their taxes and they were out of that income tax department notice. Okay. From then now on, these guys were just every morning when I go there, they will just be asking how are you, man, how your kids are, how is your wife is doing. Sometimes come down to our home. We will have some small tea party or something like that. It means that even if we were knowing each other since very short period of time, I feel that the next person is very important, and and I acted very sincerely. So they started liking me, and it means that whenever you want to make people like you instantly, you need to do something for them. You need to feel that a particular person is important, and you need to act sincerely towards those person. So that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Over to you, Kiran.
Wow, Prakash, wow, just wow moment. And you know, the best way of communicating, you actually covered the talk in just 3 minutes by sharing your life story and covering each and every detail of your story. In fact, Karthik was covering success formula, and you exactly applied success formula and shared your life story with a lot of good details. And finally, you know, ending up with the high note with a message. Very nicely covered, Prakash. I'm so happy. See you grow and keep inspiring us. Cool. So we'll move to the next speaker then. Who is the next speaker? Achha, I think we have our rock star here already. So before I call him, so we have our guest invited speaker, Prasenjit. So Prasenjit is a young chap. He's similar age group to me and a lot of other people. And he's one of the inspiration for all young folks. And you will definitely see the kind of passion and energy he has. I feel he and his brother are, you know, it's like two fireballs creating huge impact. So Prasenjit, I won't take much of your time. I'll just call you right away. If you are there, Prasenjit.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kiran, for this warm welcome. So, everyone, I am Prasenjit. I am basically from Jamshedpur, but currently working as an IT analyst in Bhubaneswar. So today I have a very interesting topic for all of you that I am sure will empower you. So let me start with a question to ponder upon. If I ask you now, what is holding you back from becoming successful? Think for a moment. To help you with it, I will share a powerful story. So recently I was listening to Gaur Gopal Das. It was truly amazing story. So there was a beautiful, mountain atmosphere. There was a beautiful mountain, and at the top of the mountain, there was an eagle's nest. Okay. And at the bottom of the mountain, there was a beautiful chicken farm. full of greeneries, and the surroundings were too good, right? And one day what happened, there was an earthquake, and the eagle had given an egg which rolled down to the chicken farm. So after a few days, what happened? The chickens used to sit on it and used to give him warmth. And after a few days, the eagle was born. A beautiful little eagle was born, and it was surrounded by chickens. Right. So what do you think he would do? That eagle would do? Absolutely, it was behaving like a chicken. So for the first few days, it used to pick the grain from the mud and used to fly only 1 feet high. He didn't know his true potential, that if he want, he can soar the skies, right? He was not aware. So 2-3 days, went by. It was like this. But the eagle from inside, it was feeling that something was missing. I want to do something. I want to do beyond. It was trying to fly, but it was unable to fly. Right? And he was also unsure about its own true potential. He didn't know what he can do. So the farmer, the chicken farmer, was looking from a distance, and one day he decided that let me help the eagle to know its true identity, its true potential. So the first day, what he did, that the farmer took the eagle in his hands and dropped him from midair, and it came to the ground, and it was a really painful for the eagle. It was very painful, and he was in pain for 2 to 3 days. And he was also confused why the farmer did like that. Why is he hurting me? He was not sure. So after 3-4 days, when he little recovered, then what the farmer did, he took him to the cliff, to the top of the mountain. Now, man, he thought, if he drops me from this height, I am gone. I am for sure dead, right? So he thought, no, I must be doing something wrong. What the farmer really want me to do? He was not sure. So what the farmer did, it was really shocking the next moment. What he did, he took his neck and turned it upside. It was very painful, and the farmer wanted the eagle to look at the sky, to look at the success, the freedom that he can get. Because till now, he was only surrounded by chickens, and he was only looking down towards the earth. He was not aware that the whole sky was for him to conquer. So the next moment, it was, he was feeling the pain, and he was thinking that to do something about it. So the next moment, when the farmer let it go to let it fly, at the initial stages, friends, it was very humpy dumpy ride. It was not smooth. It was trying to balance, but it was unable to. But at the end, if you see the end result, it was flying, it was soaring high. And it was such a proud moment for the eagle, because at last it had realized its true potential, and it has got his freedom. So what do you get out of this, friends? What is the moral of the story? You would always need someone to push you off the cliff. You will always need a mentor, a coach, who will push you in the path of success. So now you can ask me, you can also get these inspirational videos, right, in YouTube. You can Google it also. So what is unique about PIM? So here you are assigned with personal coaches, personal mentors who can handhold you in your journey towards success. Like when I started my journey with PIM, 1 year back, I could not even speak to 3 people. Can you believe that today? No, right? I cannot even speak to 3 people. I was so shy. I was introvert, right? So once I became, the consistent in the book reading clubs, and I started sharing my learnings. I attended the PIM workshops. It was so powerful workshops, and I started the key learnings from there. So I also started to share the learnings of the 5 powerful PIM prescribed books, which truly changed my perspective towards life. So I also got connected to many of the amazing mentors in PIM who made me realize my true potential, because till now I was thinking I was a chicken because I was surrounded by chickens. So you have to realize your true self. So for that, I will also suggest to read a powerful book. What to push you. It is all like the chicken farmer. They will push you to the ground, right? They will throw you out of the cliff. So the mentors here, they will turn your head to the sky. And believe me, friends, it is not easy. It is painful. It is painful because you are currently all in the comfort zone for so long. You are around chickens, right? So to overcoming this pain, once you overcome this pain, you will soar high and you will achieve the heights of success. Right. So I have another powerful story. It is a very short story and a funny one also. But if you get the gist of it, it's very powerful. So one day what happened, there was a man in a Mercedes. Okay, he was driving a Mercedes. He was the owner of the Mercedes. So he went and stopped in a traffic light. So suddenly one teenager boy came in front of it. The car was stopped, it's a halted position. So the man was also confused. What does he want? So the teenager told he was so awestruck seeing the Mercedes Benz, that black, shiny, such a long length. So he was also amazed. The teenagers told the man, I also want to become like you. I want to buy the Mercedes. I want to own a Mercedes of my own. I want to drive it one day. So the man in the Mercedes asked him, what do you want to become when you grow up? So teenager told, I want to become, an IT manager in a top-notch company. So then the man asked a very, very powerful question that will change the life forever. He asked, how many IT managers have you seen driving Mercedes? The next moment, teenager was like, I don't want to become IT manager. So like this, if you see friends, if you don't stand for anything, you will fall for everything. You have to stand for something or else everyone will shatter your belief system, right? So you have to be very, very clear. So what you want in life, you have to be very crystal clear, and whether you are in the right vehicle to achieve the same. Now you must be thinking that if I want to go from India to US, I will buy the most luxurious bike. Maybe Harley Davidson I will buy. Can you go from India to US? You cannot go. You have to take the flight, right? Even if you are in the best of the best vehicle, whether are you on the right vehicle or not? So how will you clear? So first of all, I would encourage everybody, you have to know yourself to grow yourself. So for that, there is a powerful tool as the DISC assessment. You should get it done. If you are a couple, you should get it done as a couple to know each other's personality, right? If you don't know yourself, how you will grow? The first step is you have to know yourself. Then the next is the wheel of life. So I'll give you some powerful tools. The wheel of life and the 30 dream list. The wheel of life will give you a current perspective, currently where you are standing and where you need to go, where you need to improve yourself, right? If you are only focusing on money or your relationship is not good, right? You are not taking vacation, the life is becoming too stressful. So you judge yourself, that wheel of life will help you. And the 30 dream list, my God, that is very, very powerful. Once you get the gist of it, it is not easy to understand, by the way. The person who has invited you, your personal coaches, mentors, get in touch with them, discuss what is there, discuss in detail, get in detail what is there, how it can help me. What is that dream list? How can you build that desire that I want something in life? I want to do something beyond, like the eagle. And now you all now not be in that mindset, maybe because you are around chickens. So don't worry, you can become an eagle. Just stay in touch with the PN coaches and get this done. Wheel of life and 30 dream list, get it done as soon as possible. So now you must be thinking, so much I'm talking about mentor. So let me define what is a mentor. Mentor is a person who has what you want in life, or at least going towards it. Now, if you want to become a singer, would you go to Sachin Tendulkar? If you want to learn cricket, will you go to a singer? No, right? If you are not clear what you want in life, you will always be misguided. You have to know what you want in life. If you want a Mercedes, don't, suppress that feeling. You want a Mercedes, you want a Mercedes. If you, none of your friends, none of your colleagues may be owning a Mercedes right now, but it's completely all right. But you have to find it along the way. And PIM is a perfect platform for that. And the book reading clubs are amazing. So you have to be there. And the PIM workshop, you see, just 100 rupees. Do you think it is 100 rupees worth material? No, it's $100 worth of material. So many great learnings are there in the Saturday's workshop. You should definitely attend it, right? It has really changed, transformed my life. So the first thing you got it, right? So you have to be very, very clear why you need a mentor. So I will give you a very good analogy. So if you see mentor, it is also like a side view mirror of a car. Have you ever wondered, chota sa side mein, why is that side view mirror, side view chota sa mirror, why is there? It is there to cover your blind spots. It is there to cover the areas of your life that you also don't know, that you don't know. You would always need a mentor. You will always need someone who can bring that out, right? And if you see the side view mirror of the car, do you look at it all the time? No. Don't find motivation, inspiration all the time. Get it from the PIM coaches once in a while. Every day we are talking with them. No, it's not like that. You have to talk once in a while, get the gist and take action. The most important part is, हम लोग motivation सब जगह से ले लेते, YouTube से ले लेते, सब जगह से लेते, but then we don't take action. If you don't take action, you will remain the same as you are today, 1 year after also. So take action, my friends. Okay. So your first and most priority task as a mentee to have a strong bond Share everything from personal to whatever is happening in your office. Share everything with your mentor. Have a strong bond, because for you, there is one mentor, but for a mentor, there are a lot of mentees. So as a mentee, you have to be teachable, you have to be accountable. So you have to prove your worth to your mentors, that they will in turn invest their time and energy in you, right? So have an attitude of gratitude for all the PIM coaches for their selfless service. Do send a thank you message for inviting you to this amazing book reading club. And always remember, friends, you can be a good mentor to others, but you cannot be a good mentor to yourself. Thank you so much, Kiran Bhai, for inviting me to your amazing club. This is Prosenjit signing off until we meet again.
Wow, I'm just dumbstruck, really, seeing you speak, the way, the flow, the content. See, people are like clapping here and there, Prasenjit. I'm really touched. I can actually see you so bubbling with energy, because I've seen you 1 year back, and now when I see you, you are way, way, way ahead of so many of us. So I'll just ask anyone can unmute and just share the excitement. We have shortage of time, just 30 seconds. Quick Sana's principle has to be applied. 30 seconds winning with people. Who will unmute and share quick? Prasenjit bhai ko fir ab tak jaane nahi denge before we compliment him.
Yeah, Kiran, I will go ahead. Thanks, Prasenjit, for
the
for the concise and precise way of presenting the one of the most important concept of life of having a mentor and the impact it will have in your life, like giving the rear view mirror example and also the chicken example that will stick to us for life for sure. And also connecting the disc assessment and having the 30 dream list, connecting all the dots through this simple nice story, and the aeroplane example to move to US from India. So these are the things that we could really relate and connect, and hopefully it will help us and guide us for life. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jiju. And Prasenjit bhai, I hope we could add some value to you by giving a good set of audience to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So amazing, amazing. I would like to come again.
Definitely, we'll wait. You and your brother has to come in together also once. Thank you so much, Prasenjit bhai.
Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. So we'll move next then. Okay, so Dilip Chachu, you'll go next.
Yes, Kiran.
Go ahead, Chachu.
Yeah. Okay. So friends, very good evening, and hope you all are doing great. Today I will talk to you about one book. I was going through. Several times I was thinking of going through that book, but a few days back I went through the book, and I just wanted to share something about the book. Okay, the book name is The Parable of Pipeline. Okay, so it's written by Brooke Hatch, and Brooke Hatch, he's a author, he's a writer, and also he's a businessman, and he has given all his experience about his life, about his career, everything in the book. And what he says about the book is, I just wanted to show you that book. Just give me. Yeah, this is the one. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Is it not, sir?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, now it is. Sharing.
Yeah. So this is the book, The Parable of Pipeline. You can see from the cover page, he has defined the pipeline with money. So that is the main purpose of this book, and what his main idea writing the book. So so many business people, whoever you can take or Reliance, Ambani and all, and any businessman, they have got this huge success not by within few days or few years. and they have done their, they have worked hard, and they have done their, they have made their pipeline. So similarly, as just know, he's talking about the that I just wanted to tell you why people do not make this kind of plan. Why people, what is lacking behind this, what they do not know. How can, see, normally, you know, Robert Kiyosaki was telling about the four quadrants of a career, like people's career. So here I have this one. So if you see, there are four type of people. One is E means employee, S means self-employed, and the third B is business category, and the fourth I is investors. You know, in employees and self-employees, there is a dependency. Like if they tomorrow, if they are so long as they are able to work, and they will be getting the income. But if they are not, for some reason they are not well, or something happened, so there is a dependency here for employees and self-employed. But business people, they really do something called of the pipeline. And investors also there, but investors will take much time to get their earnings, the returns. So here, through parable pipeline, the author talks about how can you duplicate the income. And to show that, he was the author was talking about one story that's from Italy, and he was talking about two young men, and that is called Bruno and Pablo. Those two are jobless guys. They were living in a village, and they were searching for some job. But finally, one day, what happened? The village people asked them to. They said that we'll give you a job, and the problem is that the village people are not getting water in their village, and there is a river nearby, and they have to bring the water. They gave the bucket, and they have to bring the water to supply the water to the village people, and that they will, by that way they will get the daily earnings. So these two people, these two young men, they were always like they were searching for the job. They agreed to take up the job and started supplying the water through buckets. So you know how many buckets a person can take and supply to the household and the village people. So there is a limitation, but both of them started working on this particular assignment, and they were getting the daily wages, and say they took that as a kind of salary. Well, one day, what happened? Bruno started working, and both of them started working. The one day, Pablo thought that how many days and how can I can keep on supplying water, and how much water I can supply, and how much I can earn by supplying water daily. If what will happen if I'm sick, or if something happened to me, then my income will get stopped, right? So one day he just started thinking, if what if I do something that without me working in the continuously or supplying water, something I'll create some system so that I'll create some pipeline so that water will get automatically like uh, uh, coming to the village. And he slowly started working. He used more in the daytime, he used to supply water, and the evening time and his own free time, he started thinking of this pipeline. How can I make this pipeline? Slowly, after a few days, he started extra like time working and all. Then after few days, he made that pipeline. But by the time Bruno was keep on supplying the water with the buckets only. And after few days, Pablo stopped bringing up water, and he started the pipeline. And now the village people are getting continuous pipeline, continuous water through the pipeline. And Pablo was not working for that. So what is the main learning we have here is, there is a limitation in our strength, and there is a dependency. We may have some kind of issue sometime, and if we have something this active and passive income. You can say one active income is that like so long as you are supplying the buckets of water, that's an active income. But once you start your pipeline, that becomes a passive income. Without your presence, you are able to earn money. So that is the idea here. I was amazed by this book. I thought I should have got this book earlier, so a few years earlier, so that I would have made my pipeline by now. Okay, so this is the thing. And one more thing I would say right now, from my childhood, I was being told by my parents and my elders that बड़े होके बहुत बड़ा जॉब करना, बहुत पैसा इनकम करना. Now, I don't give this kind of advice and good wishes to my kids. Not only my kids, I don't give anyone. Because the thing I was getting, I whatever my wishes or whatever good wishes I got from my elders, I got that one. That much I got. But I want beyond that. I don't want to stop here. So we also should like our for next generation should also create something from their childhoods, some kind of pipeline, so that they don't have to work always. They can live their life. They don't have to work always. So that is all about my talk today. So I'm sorry I took a little more time.
Wonderfully covered, Chachu. It is so important topic. In fact, you shared beautifully with the story, because it is really important for all of us to really understand the practicality of what you have shared. And it is very, very powerful. In fact, Vijay used to ask me, you won't believe it. Vijay gave me a simple proposal, just like Rich Dad gave to that child. He asked Kiran, what would you choose? A 60 lakhs package in one company and you become the CTO, or a 30 lakhs package, but you have a flexibility to build your own asset, and you could actually build and make it huge, whatever you want. And it was a very tricky question. When 3 years back, when Vijay asked, I was thinking what to do, because I was like so tempted to tell definitely 60 lakh. Oh, I'm fool or what? Who will miss 60 lakh? I was thinking I'll take the 60 lakh, still I'll build this asset also. Two things I'll take. Why to miss one? But then, when it comes to reality, everything takes time, and everything has to be built in scratch. And once you know the essence of what is the value of an asset which you can build, the story which Chachu shared will all really make sense. Thank you so much, Chachu, for sharing. We'll move to the next speaker. Mahima, you're there online. We can take you, Mahima.
Yeah, I'm there, Kiran.
Okay, so I'll just spotlight. Achha. In case your bandwidth is fine, you can switch on the video. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I am actually also going to share my screen.
Sure.
So currently I'm reading this really interesting book called All I Need to Know I Have Learned in Kindergarten. So basically I am going to cover a few points that, my interpretation about the few points that the author has spoken about. So basically all our lives, right from when we were in school to when we were small kids, and our parents used to tell us these few points, and these points, I don't actually think about them. They cover a huge and a much more broader aspect. So the first point is to share everything. So sharing everything when you were kids just meant sharing your toys or sharing your food with your classmates or your siblings. But when it comes to sharing everything over a broader aspect, it also focuses on not having any selfish desires, not having any greeds, and sharing things on a much broader aspect in terms of your emotions, your knowledge, positivity, as well as growth with people around you, instead of keeping everything to yourself. Secondly, the point is to play fair. Now, playing fair is something that is very important. A lot of people think that if you're doing something on your own, you do not have to worry about whether you're right or wrong, but that is completely wrong. You have to always make sure that you're playing fair, whether you're doing anything on your own or you're playing in a group. So this mostly focuses on equality and making sure that everyone gets the ample amount of right that they deserve. Now, the third point is very, it doesn't have to be explained. Don't hit people. So don't hit people is basically talking about violence. So always make sure that you don't have any violence around you. You do not promote anything, because violence is basically counterproductive to all the, all the positive aspects in your life, and it just brings down everything that you are trying to build or construct. So most important is do not hit people. Now the fourth point is clean up your own mess. So what clean up your own mess means is always make sure that anything that you do, any mistake that you make, take ownership of it. Do not try to put it aside or try to let ego come into it and then ruin things for you. Because if you do something, try to clean it up yourself, and that is something that the government needs to follow as well. So the government needs to make sure that whatever they put out over there, if it's wrong, they need to clean it up themselves instead of blaming the other party. Next point is don't take things that aren't yours. So this focuses on not only smaller things, but even people's goals or other people's dreams, make it your own. And one important thing is never steal credit. So if someone's getting credit for something, do not take their credit and make it yours and show it off as something that you already had. Next topic that we have is say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. So this is mainly focusing on your relationships. So always make sure that your attitude, your ego, and everything that you think about yourself doesn't come in between a relationship, whether it's with your siblings, your friends, your family, or anyone around you. Always make sure that you that is
I have some trouble.
completely wrong.
Sana, your
In
No, no, voice
is
is
it
not
breaking off?
yeah,
breaking.
you can switch off your videos, Mahima, and then you can continue.
1 second.
Just switch off your video and then you can continue.
My video is off, right?
Acha, I think it is off. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, better.
So what I was saying was wash your hands before you eat mainly focuses on your health and hygiene. So don't take any, basically what they try to say is don't take any germs which are on your hands or in your fingernails into your system. Here it also means don't take anything which is toxic into your system. Then we have something known as flush. So flush basically talks about flushing out negative people, negative mindset, toxic relationship, because obviously they're never going to help you more. And the cooking tea talks about your comfort aspect. So always try to make sure that anything that is around you is keeping you as comfortable as possible, and always go back to your roots, go back to how comes which the author talks about, but I have interpreted them in my own way and presented it over here because it may mean a lot more. But if we could have followed these small aspects from when we were a kid up till when we die, then all of our problems, right from relations to anything that we face, will always be solved. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Mahima, for sharing this very beautiful and very cute topic, I would say. In fact, the book name is also very cute. So it really, it gives a feeling of childlike, but yet another wise points which you covered. And thank you so much for covering this book with us. We'll move to the next speaker. Revati, you can go ahead with your sharing. I think a lot of people are asking me disc assessment. Revati, yesterday only she took her disc assessment. And Revati, if you can see, if you can hear me, you can go ahead with your sharing.
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. So I hope all are doing good. So yesterday I've taken my disc assessment and I was really quite surprised. I felt as though someone see, usually we know ourselves better, but still I can tell there would be many aspects which we don't know about ourselves. Okay, so might be even your close friends or your parents also, they will not be able to tell 100%, right? So yeah, this assessment has actually helped me to know myself. I was really surprised for some time, and then I was thinking, okay, so this is where I am today. So now what I want to tell in simple words is that it is very much required for everyone, whether it is a personal or professional life, anything. See, if I know that this is my destination and I want to reach this point, so for that I need to understand where I am right today. If I don't know that, then how would I reach my destination, right? So that is the main point that I want to tell. And even before taking this assessment, like I have attended the disc sessions that Bijay had given on. So it was really wonderful. So from those takeaways, I was just starting to use those things in my day-to-day life, in my office, even with my dad, because my dad is a very high D, as in he's very dominating sort of person. Okay, so sometimes the conversation used to be like that. I talk too much or give him more details, then he used to get very irritated immediately, and he starts telling me, okay, what you want to tell, finally you tell me that, and what you want, that's all, it's done. So now I know that clearly. Okay, so what has to be given, I need to just tell the summary. So these are the very minor changes that I started making. Okay, at least from 2 weeks, even in my office also, I could really see that change. Okay, so that is why I
to win with people, and I've covered two very important and something that I could connect, and this is the third one that I connect a lot more. The reason being, the most underrated task I can say of late is listening. So the topic I will be talking about is listen with your heart. And here, John C. Maxwell is talking to Les Parrott, the conversations that they have been having for some time. And John C. Maxwell was not a very good listener, but he was a personality leader, and he was not a good listener. So for Les, he was not able to relate to this. He was like, I cannot believe you are not a good listener. And John C. Maxwell shares his story about how impatient he was with people, and he learned through course, and he failed and failed and failed, and then came to this. And he said he used to give opportunity for people to talk just to wait for his turn. So I think that we would have done back in school, right, when we used to read paragraphs. We never used to listen to what the other person would say, but we were waiting which is our paragraph, so let me start tracking. So similarly, John C. Maxwell was such a kind, and when he got married to his wife, he was similar to that. He's carried a similar mentality, but somewhere he was a little better because he always, loved her more. So he tried to be a good listener, but he was always that Mr. Answer kind. So it went on for some time, and he understood over a period of time that he's running over her emotions actually and not understanding her. So he's given a few ways where we can become better listeners and, come out of the poor the mindset of being a good listener. The first thing that is very important is focus on the person. So the moment, someone starts talking, we concentrate on the idea or on the communication that's happening, but not on the person. That's when we lose the personal connect. So the first point is focus on the person. Second one is unclog your ears. So we have so many things around us that can just immediately change our focus. So once we start focusing, we need to continue and stay with the consistency of the focus. That is in under unclog your ears, there are 6 different points. I'll just give a very single liner for this. The first one is distractions. Distractions, it could be our phone. Every single minute there is some notification that comes, and we're so eager to see it. Our phones, a TV, or someone else talking around definitely is a distraction. The second one is defensiveness. So if we are taking a feedback from the other person and we find it defensive, we immediately want to protect ourselves. And when we think about ourselves, obviously, when we think about ourselves, we lose again the care, the connect with the person. The third one is close-mindedness. The moment you think that you know everything, we don't bother to listen. We just shut our ears, our mind, our heart, everything. The fourth one is projection. So when I say projection, we want to make our point. When we know something more than that person, we want to make our point. So that is not right. Again, it will lose the connection for listening. And the fifth one is assumptions. We immediately jump into conclusions, and that's the biggest demon I can say for listening. So we should listen completely before jumping into conclusions. And the last one is pride, knowing that I know more than the other person. We need to take little things to learn from each and every person. For example, even in this book club, not everyone is just like me. So I can pick something from Kiran, I can pick something from Dilip Chachu, I can pick something from each of you. So that pride shouldn't be there. And the last 2 points about listening is listen aggressively and listen to understand. Aggressive listening is, passive listening is just hearing, but if we have to listen to understand, we need to listen actively. And the last one is understanding is, so we've heard this quote, right? Many of us, listen only to reply, but not to actually understand. So we need to listen completely to understand what the other person is trying to say, and give them the space of speaking. So as always, I will conclude with 4 different points. First thing, forget about trying to make your own point. Give the space to the other person, and always ask, how can you better understand the other person? And always do listen aggressively and actively, and not a passive listener. And always remember, the best way to persuade is with your ears. So that's what I wanted to share.
Amazing, amazing, Sana. As usual, you always rock. So beautifully covered all listening points. In fact, even if you apply 10 to 20%, I'm sure the effect of connecting with people will definitely come into the picture. If you've ever applied, I think this should be a good action point. Sana has summarized all 5 to 6 points. Take this week, apply at least 1 or 2 points, and give us a feedback in the next book club. If you have already tried, you can ping me personally or whoever has invited you, and let us know how it works. In fact, I'll also share my feedback, and I'll also apply and share my feedback as well. Cool. Thank you so much, Sana.
I really have to make this point. I'm a very bad listener. I love talking, so I'm a very bad listener. I'm a pure I personality, and Karthik is someone who talks very less. And I had this thing of, immediately making my point. But when he's sharing his off late of his experiences, I've made it a point to give my ears and listen. So it's a very good implementation that I have made myself.
Wonderful.
Book club is a place so that you can practice this kind of listening activities. Right.
Wonderful. Good. Thank you so much, Sana. So we'll take the last speaker. I'm sure because we're running short of time, we'll take the last speaker today, and then we'll continue with our speaker list in the next week. Rajendra ji, you're online.
Yeah, Kiran. Hello. I'm audible, Kiran?
Yeah, you're audible.
Good evening, all of you. My name is Rajan Singh Rathod. I am working in IT industry in Bangalore, and currently I'm living in MP. So today I will summarize one book, Believe in Yourself. Author is Dr. Joseph Murphy. The book name is the Believe in Yourself. Chapter first, Make Your Dreams Come True. Actually, in this chapter, author describes the power of imagination. Disciplined or control imagination, it has the power to project your power has a project to your idea and clutch your idea. So, and that imagination giving them visibility on the screen of the space. The 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 power of imagination is called the old age of the sun. Old age means sun means expression, and old age means wisdom and knowledge of the mind. So mostly in the world, so more than 70 or 80% discover happened based on imagination. When world say it is not possible, it's can't do be done. So one man come in the picture and said that he it said कि it's done based on imagination. So that is a power of imagination. So in this chapter, author say one story कि he meet one great industrialist in New South Wales, and actually he was much poor in his younger life. So he asked him कि how you became a great industrialist. So he told कि I was working in small shop, and I was start to dream कि I am working in my storage, and I am a great analyst. After some time, he became a great analyst in New South Wales, and he said that I start to think about what I have to do and what is my imagination. So he truly exercised his imagination, and he is living living with full emotion, just like I am great interest. I have lots of shops. So Actually, imagination is a lots of power. So control imagination has the power to provide to cloth your idea. Uh, I will stop my talk with one famous word कि said by भगवान बुद्ध. He told कि आज हम जो भी हैं और जिस सिचुएशन में हैं हम लोग अपने ओल्ड इमेजिनेशन के परिणाम हैं. So that is a power of imagination. That's it from my side. Thank you, Kiran.
Wow, Rajendra, each time you speak, you improve. That is the best way I could see. You have actually imagined yourself speaking really good. I think that imagination is working on you. Very nice. Very nicely covered. Thank you so much, Rajendra ji. So I think today we covered really good topics. And before I hand over to Prakash to summarize, I'll just give you a little bit of teaser of my talk, which I have prepared, which I couldn't share today. So next week I'll talk about a boy, and that boy used to live in suburbs. And वो झोपड़पट्टी में रहता था और वहाँ पे बहुत racism, lot of racism, lot of violence was happening. And at that time he had terrible life and he was about to give up and he went to his dad कि यार पापा मेरी life ऐसी होगी क्या, कभी life में कुछ अच्छा हो सकता है क्या? And then his dad teaches him a lesson. He gives him a piece of cloth which is very very dirty cloth and all, and it was around hardly $1. And he tells his son to convert that $1 cloth to different value. And ultimately, I won't touch the content, but then the boy, using his imagination, what Rajendra ji told, he converts the value of clothes to $1 to $1,200. So I'll tell you how exactly he converts that cloth in the next week, and stay tuned for the next week topic. It will be super amazing, the content and the moral which comes out of the story. And the story which I'll be sharing, it is not a fiction story, it is a real life story. I'll also tell who was that boy in real life. Great. So Prakash ji, आप summarize कर दीजिए quickly. Prakash.
Yes, sure, Kiran.
Good. Prakash.
Okay, so today, Lalita ji, am I audible?
Audible, loud and clear.
Okay, so today Lalita ji started with the importance of commitment, then how we can exercise the commitment. Then Yogesh talked about the importance of mentorship. So how mentorship plays very important role in order to be successful in personal as well as professional life. Then Rohit talked about the luck excusitis. Sorry. So after that, Girija ji talked about the importance of the environment which you are living. So Girija ji talked about the growth environment, positive environment and negative environment, where he talked about the points A, B, C, D, E. So that was really awesome. Then Arun Kumar talked about the importance of decision making. Then I talked about how to make people like you instantly by giving the importance. Then we had a guest speaker, Prasenjit, who talked about the importance of correct and positive association and how it impacts our life. Then Dilip ji talked about the active and passive income source, how we can have active and passive income source so that we don't need to rely every time on the active income source only. Then Mahima talked about the what kindergarten taught us. That was a really nice topic. So we never thought of these simple learnings in the kindergarten can be so much meaning out of it. So after that, Revati talked about the assessment, and then Sahana talked about the importance of effective listening skills. So the most of the time we listen to question instead of listen to understand. That is very much important. We should listen to understand. Then Rajendra ji talked about the power of imagination, and he ended his speech with the very important quote: whatever you are today, that is because of your imagination based on your past. So we should not never imagine based on your past. We should imagine considering your future. And then Kiran talked about his topic. In the next week he's going to tell us about how that person converted that $1 cloth into $1,200 cloth. So that's it from today's book club. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. It feels like good show, TV show where Prakash
I
beautifully
think the
covers.
most powerful man is Prakash.
Yeah, Prakash, seriously, बहुत
Not
अच्छा काम कर रहे हो
everything.
यार. बहुत अच्छा. You are मतलब best listener का award हमारे हिसाब से प्रकाश को जाना चाहिए. He's the best
बिल्कुल.
listener.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Prakash ji.
That is good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, I'm thankful to all of you that you all are coming with such good topics, so that we are able to learn many things actually. So I'm trying to document it one-liner so that I can recollect all the things who were talked about those things actually. So that is what I'm doing, and
It is
it's
more
great learning.
helpful, Prakash, if you can share with in the group, because we'll take the benefit.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of
yeah,
us will take the benefit out of your notes.
Absolutely.
yeah, sure.
So before we move ahead, we have around 5 minutes. So we'll take quickly group photo. People who are there, please switch on your video. We'll quickly take the group photo.